ACDC is a long way to the top. Here's what I know. ACDC gives me exactly what I'm here to get. Rock and roll! Every time. I know what I'm getting with ACDC. It's going to be that. It's going to be what you think of as rock and roll. If you were just going to give a generic, say, rock and roll, and you were to play various songs, I think people that don't know rock and they listen to AC/DC, that's rock and roll. Because they kind of personify the sound of what people on the outside of now, you guys, I know you guys know the intricacies of rock, but on the people on the outside, I think AC/DC sound is pure rock and roll with them and maybe Motorhead. Now, as usual, I'm going to be looking at this video from the perspective of an actor and a guy that grew up in a household with performers of R&B, hip-hop, rock, gospel, many other genres. So, always going into this with open arms, open ears, open eyes. I'm interested in seeing what AC/DC is about to do this time. Hey, thank you for joining me on our trip, on our way to 100,000 followers. And let's go. Oh, it's just in the left. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. 5 seconds in, they got me. That guitar, it was ridiculous. It didn't take but 5 seconds. That guitar riff was ridiculous, and then the drums just hit me in the face. Okay. Thank you, AC/DC. Oh, bagpipes.
Riding on the highway, going to a show, stopping on the byways, playing rock and roll, getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bones, getting had, getting took. I tell you folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top.
Okay.
If you wanna rock and roll.
Yep.
It's a long way.
Exactly. When I did what I just say in the intro, the quintessential rock sound, AC/DC. This is exactly what I knew I was going to get. I was going to get that. By the way, this is the first time I've listened to the original singer of AC/DC, though, so the older stuff. I know, growing up in the 80s, the newer sound of AC/DC with the newer singer with the gritty, grimy voice. I know him much better. I would see them on MTV and so on and so forth. I have not gotten to the 70s AC/DC. I've learned a little bit about it because I watched Professor of Rock. I think that's the name of it. Professor of Rock. Very cool. It's a daily show about rock and roll. So I know a lot about these groups and don't even know their sound. I just listen to that channel. Check it out if you guys haven't seen it yet.
To the top if you wanna rock and roll. If you think it's easy doing one night stands, try playing in a rock roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
They dropped the bagpipes on us. Oh. Did we just have a back and forth with the bagpipes and the guitar? Did we just do that? Oh, okay. I see ACDC. That was unique as hell. I was wondering what the bagpipes were there for. I was ready. I was sitting on pins and needles, just like, where are the bagpipes? What's about to happen with these bagpipes? And there they are. Real quick, that's funny to see the young version of. I don't know their names, but they are such an iconic group. I know the lead guitarist, very well. He is a character, but I only know him again as the '80s version, the older version, not this young face version that I'm looking at right now. Look at him, fresh face. Quick commentary on the differences between the two singers. Hey, it's so interesting to see how different their voices are, but at the same time, they kind of mesh together. If that makes any sense, they are vastly different voices, but at the same time, they keep the exact same vibe of the band. I can see how they planted my guy. Sorry, again, not good with names in real life, and I'm definitely not good with names with bands I'm just learning, but planted the second lead singer into the group, and the group functioned well. That's the difficult thing to do, to replace an iconic singer. And I think it's because their voices, even though they're dynamically different, they also have something like a pinch of the sameness that binds the band together. Pretty awesome. Drop it on us. Breakdown is crazy. Down. Oh. All right, that was fantastic, damn it. As this fades out, listen, I said a lot throughout the entire thing. It was striking. So many things were striking. The visuals were striking. The bagpipes, they were striking. The back and forth with the bagpipes with a guitar was striking. But really, the thing that takes me into this thing is ACDC seems extremely simplistic in a good way. Again, I say this all the time. Some of the greatest art, simple. Simple. Mona Lisa, simple. Very simple. And yet extremely complex. Like, it's not a lot going on. Monet's, I've mentioned this before, Monet's, relatively simple, but beautiful. And there's so much going on, but at the same time, just little going on. There's just be blues and different color blues. And I feel that with ACDC. ACDC has like a simplistic nature about them. It allows those of us who are not rock and roll enthusiasts to really gravitate towards them too, because you just hear, hot ass guitar, bam, the drums, bam, 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 and then you got a dynamic voice, but at the same time, complex and genius-like. If that makes any sense. Anyway, I always appreciate the ACDC reactions. Thank you for joining me here on a road to 100,000 followers, and I will see you next time. Bye.